Hello, friends. Welcome once more to my living room in Clairview in North Edmonton. It's Warren, and this is the second of my Isolation Week organ recitals. This recital will feature two styles of music. The first number of pieces will be Baroque, because organists love that so, and then the second will be 19th century, because organists love that so too, as well. In the Baroque period, I'm going to begin with a piece by this fellow, one of the most important predecessors of J.S. Bach. And there he is, looking happy, well fed, and I think a little bit drunk. Buxtehude succeeded Franz Tunder in North Germany in the city of Lübeck at the church of St. Mary, the Mariannenkirche. Tunder had a fabulous reputation already as an organist, and Buxtehude certainly inherited that and bettered it as well. He bettered it by beginning a series of Abendmusik, Sunday night recitals, that featured all the best musicians in Germany and became well known through all of Germany, so much so that the young Johann Sebastian Bach, working at his first posting at Arnstadt, decided that he needed to study with this man, no question about it. So he asked for a 1-month study leave, walked the 250 miles up to Lübeck, and proceeded to absorb completely the elder maestro's style. When Bach returned 6 months later, he managed to wangle not getting fired somehow. And Buxtehude went on writing these wonderful sorts of pieces for organ in the improvisatory bravura grand German, North German style, which features pedal solos, flourishes, slightly challenging fugues, and generally they're a lot of fun. And this piece particularly is a lot of fun. Buxtehude's most famous piece, Prelude, Fugue, and Chaconne in C. let you in on a little secret, a little bit of gossip about Buxtehude. When Bach was getting ready to return to Arnstadt, Buxtehude, who was getting on by this time quite a bit and wanted to retire, offered Bach the position of organist at the Mariannenkirche in Lübeck. But there was just one slight condition. Bach would have to marry Buxtehude's elderly daughter, who by all accounts was not a great prize, so much so that not only did Bach turn down one of the best positions in Germany, but Handel did as well, and a composer named Matheson as well. So let's proceed now to Amsterdam to hear the work of Jan Pieterszoon Sweelinck. There he is. That's a great portrait. Now, in Holland at the time, the pedals were not quite as well developed as they were in North Germany a little bit later in Buxtehude's time. And so they didn't use them in the same virtuosic way yet. So this piece is actually a set of variations on a popular tune. It's not even a sacred piece of music. While Sweelinck wrote in all different styles, he also wrote in a popular style. And this one, variations on the popular song Unter der Linden Grüne, which means Under the Green Linden Tree, was a set of variations on basically a popular dance tune of the day. So what he did, Sweelinck, was to explore all of the various ways that he could mess about with the tune. That's what variations do. And it works just as well on harpsichord as it does on organ, but of course on organ you have all the wonderful colors and the possibility of antiphonal effects and many things. So, a happy little tune by Sweelinck, Unter der Linden Grüne. course, now we'll proceed over to France. I want to play a Noël étranger for you by Louis-Claude Daquin. But before I do that, I'm going to play another piece by Francois Couperin. Why am I doing that? Because the piece by Daquin is from a series of 12 Noël variations. And it's my theory that the French organists let their hair down at Christmas very much and had much more fun with the Christmas music of the time, whereas the standard music fare in the churches was really very austere. Don't get me wrong, lots of organists love to play it, and sometimes I like to play it. But you'll see as I contrast the two pieces that I'm about to play that there is a severe difference in style. So the first piece that I'm going to play for you is by Francois Couperin, who's a little bit later than Daquin, actually. Both worked at the court of Louis the 14th, King of France. I don't have Couperin here. Well, I'll show you Daquin. That's Daquin. Now, Couperin is famous for his Mass for the parishes and his Mass for the convents, both of which played all of the music that would have been used in the course of a French Mass. And this one is the Kyrie from the Mass for the parishes. And I will follow that without introduction by the Noël étranger by Louis-Claude Daquin. And we'll have a Merry Christmas that way. And let's have some Christmas fun instead with Daquin. proceed to Germany again, and this time to a short piece by Bach from the Orgelbüchlein, a Lenten chorale, Christ, du Lamm Gottes. It has canons and all that sort of thing, but just enjoy the beautiful, gentle piece. Now to the 19th century, as I promised earlier. This is not an organ piece that I'm about to play. In fact, Edvard Grieg never wrote, as far as I know, anything for the organ. This is Edvard Grieg. Great hair, eh? But there is a tradition in organ of transcribing wonderful orchestral pieces, and this piece from Peer Gynt, Morning Mood, one of the most popular pieces around, has been transcribed by Christopher Eva and is incredibly successful on organ. So I'm happy to play for you Morning Mood by Edvard Grieg. from Norway, we'll go to France, where at the Church of Saint Augustin, for a very long time, Eugène Gigoux was the master of music there. And he wrote a number of very famous pieces. This one, I think, is very likely the most famous of all. And even though I promised in the recital series to only play you happy little pieces, this one starts off in a very dark, what would be the word, gothic, like murder mystery sort of a way, and proceeds to make the organ sound and thunder like nobody else ever has, with a wonderful triumphant ending. So to end this recital, Toccata in B minor by Eugène Gigoux. Fine. Thank you. We'll see you next recital.